Hello and welcome back once again to our YouTube channel Oracle DB Online Training. So in this tutorial, we are going to cover Oracle Goldengate 21.3 installation, and we will be also looking at how the initial configuration can be done for any source and target database. So we have for this tutorial, we have prepared two different setups. One will be considered as a source setup, another setup is considered as a target setup. So we'll be looking at how you can download the Goldengate software, and then later we will be performing some of the prerequisites for installation. And once the installation is over, then we'll be doing the initial configuration. We'll be looking at the how you can access the GGSCI utility for management of the Goldengate services. So before we proceed with this tutorial, I would like to request all the new viewers to please do subscribe our YouTube channel Oracle DB Online Training. On this channel, you are already getting a lot of learnings. If you are interested, you can enroll our membership program. There are already a lot of users have been enrolled our membership program. So the benefit of having the membership program is that you can have the access to our latest live training sessions materials. You can get everything on step by step. You can see like we have uh, presented all the contents like session wise. You can explore them without any hesitation. And apart from this, you can already take the benefit of our other tutorials. And if you are interested about our recorded courses, you can visit our website. Links are in the description of this video. You can take the benefit of our recorded courses, even though you can also take the benefit of virtual VM machines. So this is one of the best selling course that you can have. It includes everything that you require for learning purpose. So without wasting much of time, let's focus on today's agenda, like how the installation of Oracle Goldengate 21c can be done step by step. So for this purpose, we have prepared two servers with one server name as source, other server will be as a target. Okay, so this is our source setup ending with 1.4050 is our target server. On both the servers, we have database running with the name test. So we'll start the database. As of now, the database instances are not running. So I will start both the database instance. The best part about this session will be learning how the installation can be done using the graphical interface method as well as using the silent method. So stick to this video till the end so that you can follow the steps whatever has been mentioned. So first thing, how you'll download the software, you have to visit to this link. This is Oracle's website where you can download the software. So let me take you to the website quickly. So this is Oracle Goldengate download location. So here we can see the latest Oracle 23 AI also there. I'll be preparing the another video for this also, how the installation of 23 AI can be done. For today's agenda, we are following this particular software. I already downloaded the software. It is in my inventory. You can see here, I have already downloaded this software. So once you download this Oracle Goldengate 21.3 for Oracle database running on the Linux platform, it's 8664-bit version, then basically you'll be getting this particular file, the one which I am showing here. So there are two types of files you have. One is a microservices. So in today's agenda, we are following on the classic architecture for a database software installation. So in classic architecture, basically we will be running the GGSI command prompt for managing the Goldengate services. So this software I have already downloaded from the given link and it is available in my system. In fact, you can download the software from the e-delivery website of Oracle. There you have to log in with Oracle credential and then you can search for a latest Oracle Goldengate softwares. So the installation for download part is already completed. We are following this particular Goldengate software version and the file name is this one. So once the software is downloaded, our next step will be to transfer the file to the server and unzip the files. But before that, we need to also create some of the directory structures because we need to keep the Goldengate software at one location and we have to also keep one location as a Goldengate home location. So I will be creating these two locations on both source and target setups. So this is my source setup. Let me zoom the font a little bit more so that it can be easily identifiable. All right. So I will change the tab colors also so that it's easily we can relate the thing. So this is target server. I will just give the another color for this one. So the source setup is this one. Right now, nothing is running on this. I will log in quickly and then I will start the database also. Same thing we have to do for target setup also. I will start the database there. So now the database started. Let's run select name, comma, open underscore mode, comma, database underscore role, comma, from v dollar database. So this is a test database running in the read write mode. This is also on a test database running on the target machine with a read write mode. After this, we will go and create the directory structure. So remember, we have to create two different directories. So I have already given the commands that we have to use. So one we will use this one, and on the target also we have to create this directory structure from the Oracle users. After this, the next step in this process will be to copy this software. So this software has been shared with one of the location in the VM machine. So you have to first log in as a root user. So this is the location which I have shared with the VM machine. I'll go to this particular path. After this, I will cd to this locations, GG software location. There you will find out all the softwares are present. So I am targeting this file, which we have to use for classic architecture installation. There are some other files also present, which is not required for this session. So I'll just follow this particular file. So simply we can copy this file to the software location. Same thing we have to do on the target machine as well. So once file is copied, then we have to change the ownership of the file, which is present in the software location. So it should be owned by Oracle and install group. I have done these changes. Same changes on the source machine also. So after this, we'll make sure the permission of the file is 775 on the source and target. Okay, so this is completed. Now the next step is to unzip the software. So there are two methods that I'll be showing, like from the GUI as well as the silent method. So first you have to switch to the Oracle user. So let's come to this particular session. And we have to cd to location U01 ggsoft. So I will unzip this file, the Goldengate software. So once you unzip the software, you'll find out there is a directory that get created, cd to this particular path. Inside this, you'll find another directory with name disk1. So here you have to log in into run install. I mean, you have to invoke the run installer in order to perform the installation. Since we are using the mobile XTRM here, we can directly take the access to the server. So I will log in 192.168.1.40, and here I will put the username as Oracle, so that I don't have to set the graphical interface like a display variables. And here I'll cd to U01 GG software, and we will invoke the run installer. Okay, here you'll find out the run installer file that we have to invoke using the run installer option. So once you invoke the run installer, this is the page that will appear. And in 21c, basically the difference from the 19c is that you don't have to worry about what version of the database you have. So basically this Goldengate software supports Oracle Database 21c and lower supported version. And the installation will require to 926 MB. That means almost 1 GB of space will be required wherever you are doing the installation. So here we will proceed with the next steps here. And then it is asking for the location where you want to do the installation. So for location, we have created one of the location under U01 app gg underscore home. So this is the location that we are using for the Goldengate software installation. As a next process, you can enable the manager port and start manager option. So by default, the manager port for Goldengate is 7809. And if you select this option, by default, it is already selected start manager. So the manager process will also get started here. So click on next, and this is the final summary that we have, and click on save. If you want, you can save this as a response file. So if you are doing the Goldengate software installation, you can make the gg install response file. Where this file will be saved, it is saved under the home location of Oracle. Finally, we will click on the install. So this is a very simple process how you can do the Goldengate software installation using the graphical interface option. Okay, using the GUI option. So now it is completed. We'll close this window. Once we close the window, I will go back again onto the main first putty session. Now our next process is to verify. So for verification, you can simply export the variables like gg home variable, and its path also you can export, and then you can invoke ggsci. So once you run the ggsci, you can run info all command. So currently we can see the Goldengate software version is 21.3, and it is we are able to see the info all commands. Here the manager process running. So the source setup installation is successfully completed. Now we have to follow the step on the target system. So first thing what I will do, I will switch to the Oracle user, cd2 u01 gg underscore soft. There we will run the ls-lrth, and then unzip this file 21 zip file. Okay. So once it is completed, run ls-lrth. There you will find out fbu file. Inside this we have a disk1 file. Again, the process will remain same. You have to invoke run installer. But since we are doing the silent installation method, so you have to mention the response file. So your response file you can create at any location. The only thing you have to mention in the response file is the installation details, like a response schema name, the Goldengate home location, manager process start. This is the manager port. This is the database home location, inventory location, or install is a group. So before I run this command, what I will do, I will verify the previously created response file that we have saved. So invoke this command, cat command against the. So here we can verify what are the options that it has selected. So this particular version should be 21. That means I need to update this to 21 because this document was from the 19c, and that's why it's coming like this. Here I will select the install option as 21c. That also we need to put. Apart from this, we have to have the software home location. So software location we have already given. Start manager, that is also there. This is the file that we have to, this is the port number for manager. And then database location. So database location instance client, it is referring actually. That's the incorrect path. So let's give the actual path here. And apart from this, this is the inventory location. And then finally the install group. So most of the information we have given correctly only. So let's create this response file. Response file we have to create under the, this is our target machine. I will create the response file here. In this response file, we will be mentioning the all these contents. Finally, we'll save this. What happened to this one? All right. So I think there is some write permission issue. Let me try some other location. So seems like some no such file or directory. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah. So this directory doesn't exist actually. So this directory is the correct directory we have to refer. Okay. So the path is incorrect. That's why it is giving the error. Let's modify the path here quickly. So I will put this path as a response file here. Okay. Okay, so this is the correct path we have to use like this. So let's update here also. Okay, so we'll create this particular file which should contain all the response details. In this response file, I'll put the values like this, and then we will save this value as it is. So this file is now created. I can cat the file again to verify the same. Okay, so we have installation option 21c, and this is the home location for Goldengate. This is true. This is a manager port. This is a database home location. This is inventory path and O install path, O install group name. So once these details are saved, and then we have to proceed with the installation. So for installation, we have to run installer, silent mode, show progress, wait for completion, response file location, and this is the file that we have referred. Okay, so I will invoke this command for the installation purpose. So here also the Goldengate software installation is completed successfully. Now the next point is to run the export the bash profile, and then you can run the ggSCI command to verify the details. So here also I am able to run info all command. So manager process is running here also. That means the installation is successfully completed. Now if you want to make this entry permanent, you can edit the bash profile. So at the last line of this file, I will just put the entries and we will save this entry. Same thing we will do on the source setup also. To reload the bash profile, you have to use dot space dot bash underscore profile. Same thing we have to do here also. Dot space dot bash underscore profile. Now the entries are saved in the bash profile. So whenever you log in with, let's say if you exit and re-log into the Oracle and run ggSCI command, it will work without any issue. Same goes for second node also. So if you log into the Oracle and run ggSCI, it will work without any issue. So now ggSCI commands are working fine. So our next step is to run the initial configuration. So as I mentioned at the beginning, like we have to perform some of the, so verification is also completed. We run the ggSCI command, info all command is also working. Now we have to run the initial setup options. So how the initial setup is done in the, for a Goldengate. So you have to enable supplemental login. You have to enable the force. We have to verify the force login option in the database. So on both source and target database, we will connect and verify these details. So currently the supplemental login is disabled. Force login is also disabled on the source. So we have to run these two lines of command to initialize the supplemental log and force login of the database. So this thing has to be done on the target machine as well. I will log in SQL plus /SHDB and invoke the commands. So once enabled, you can re-verify on the target also these details. So as a part of Goldengate configuration, you have to enable the parameters also. So this is one of the parameters that is required by the Goldengate services. So enable Goldengate replication, which has to be true. Here also it has to be true. So this can be done using the scope equal to both option. So it's a runtime parameter that you have to enable. Now if you rerun this show parameter command, it will show the true. That means this parameter has been enabled on the source and target. So again, this is a part of initial configuration you have to do. Along with this, you have to also create table space. So this table space is required for source as well as a target system because we are going to create one user with the name ggAdmin. So this user will be basically doing all the data extraction and replication during the time of Goldengate configuration. So we have to, so in order to have this user created, we will create separate table space both on source and target. So let me verify whether this path exists or not. If it doesn't exist, then we will create the path also. So as I mentioned, it is not there. So you'll create mkdir-p. These are source setup. So I'll create the directory source and then we will create the file. So this data file got created. Sorry, table space got created. On the target also, we have to create the directory structure. mkdir-p. And this is the directory that we have created. So once it is created, then we have to create the user on both source and target. So user got created on source as well as on the target. So what we have mentioned, create user ggAdmin identified by, this is the password for user. You can change the password. Default table space we have mentioned ggAdmin. Quota unlimited on ggAdmin table space. Yes, so this is again the same thing we have done on source and target. Our next step in this process will be to grant the permissions. So like we have to give create session, then we have to give connect resource alter system to the ggAdmin user. Along with this, we have to give some additional privileges, that is to capture the data. So we will give these two permission on the to the ggAdmin user. Same has to be done on the target machine also. So I'll copy this command on the target machine also. After this, the last process in the this will be allocating the shared pool stream pool size. So stream pool size plays very crucial role in this case while we are configuring the Goldengate services between source and target. So we'll try to give minimum 1 GB for stream pool size in this case. After this, the next step is to create the TNS entry. So for TNS entry for source as well as the target system. So I will copy this entry and we will put this entry in the source setup as well as the target setup. Because our next step in this process is the connectivity of the ggAdmin user from the ggSCI prompt. So we have already have the TNS file present here. What I will do, I'll just go ahead and add the two entry here, one for source and other for the target. Similarly, I'll go to the second node also on the target machine, cd to Oracle home /network/admin. Here we'll edit the TNS names.dora file. If it is a production environment, take the backup copy of this and then edit the file. So after you edit the TNS names.dora file, the files are present. So our next step in the process is to edit the listener.dora file because this listener file doesn't contain the actual host name. So we have to edit this also. So this is our source setup. So I'll give the name like source.localdomain. And this is our target server. So I'll give the server name like target. Obviously, if it is a production environment, so this will be not a challenging part. So there is already a proper entries are present. You just have to check the status of listener. So after this, we'll start the listener on both source and target. lsnr SQL start listener. Okay, same thing we have to do on the source setup also, because the connectivity work only when we have the listeners running. Okay. Now we can perform the TNS ping against the source and target. So TNS ping against the source entry, it is working fine. Same we can try for target also. TNS ping target. Okay, so it is also working fine. But here in case of 21.3 version of Goldengate, one extra requirement is that you should always run the export TNS admin. Okay, so whatever the Oracle home path we have, that TNS entry has to be TNS admin, what you call variable has to be exported without fail. Otherwise, your connectivity while you are in the ggAdmin prompt, it will not work. Okay, so in the ggSCI, no, ggAdmin prompt. So our next process in this will be the how you create the credential store. But before you proceed with the credential store, there's a one more extra step that you can follow in the initial setup, that you can create a dynamic port list. You can also specify like for how many days the what do you call how many days the number of this particular files are present, the trails files are present, and the auto restart features also you can specify in the this particular manager file. So I will edit this parameter file for manager by logging to ggSCI prompt. Here already one entry is present. I'll remove them. I will put this new entry in this particular file. So after this, we will save this one. Same thing we can do on the target machine also. Remember, we are doing the initial setup. So these things we should do at the beginning itself so that we don't have to worry about this again and again. Same entry will be also present on the target. After this, we have to restart the services. So I'll stop the MGR and then start it back. So it is looking for this location. Okay, let me go to the DG home location. Okay. Now if you run info all, so MGR process is running. You can run view param MGR. So you can verify the parameter that we have modified just now. So this is working fine. Same thing we have to do on this one on the source setup also, stop MGR. So it is asking yes. Then you can cd to GG home location. And then log in back to the ggSCI prompt and start MGR. So this is also done. Then you can run view param MGR. Then info all command will provide you the information of the manager status. So this part is completed, and the final step in this process is to set up the credential store both on source and target. So to proceed with this, you have to run add credential store command. Okay, if you're not sure, you can run info credential store also to verify if any existing credentials are there. So there is no credential store right now. So you have to run add credential store. So once it is done, then you have to mention alter credential store add user. Here we are talking about source user. Okay, so if you are on the source machine, this is the username, this is the TNS entry, this is the password that you are mentioning, and you can create an alias for the same, so that you don't have to specify username password every time when you log into the ggSCI. Okay, so once the credential store got created, again you can run info credential store command to verify the same. So we have created this alias. Now we can log into the alias using the DB login option, DB login user ID alias, and then so after that you can run info credential store. We are already logged in here, so there is no need to run anything here now. Same thing we have to do on the target also. Let's say if you have not created a credential store, okay, you can still log into the database using this option, but there you have to put the password every time. Okay, so this is one of the things we have to do. Now if you are on the target machine, same thing you have to do on the target also. First add the credential store, then alter the credential store with target server name. Here we have to mention target, because we have already created the TNS entry, so it should work. Okay, now if you log in here, it should work with the login option also. So with this, we can say like we are able to connect to the target database using the GG admin user that we have created into the test database. So this is what we have to do in the initial setup configuration. Now after this, in the next tutorial, I'll be showing how you can perform the data replication between source and target using the Goldengate 21.3 version. So I hope you have understood what is the process of software installation and performing the initial configuration. So if you are interested about this documentation, you can purchase this document from my official website. The documents you can purchase with a minimum charges by paying 2000 rupees. So this contains all my YouTube video related documentations, and it's a one-time purchase. So all future document is also included in this 2000. So you don't have to repay again and again, and you can easily get this document. So this is one of the things. If you are interested about our courses, you can also purchase the recorded courses. Our upcoming batches also you can join. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and share these videos so that others can also get the benefit of this. And once again, thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please do subscribe and share this video. Thanks once again. Thank you so much.